Mark always said traditions mattered. Every summer since college, he gathered his closest friends, Rachel, Jason, and Maya, for one night of camping deep in the forest. No phones, no distractions, just a fire, stars overhead, and each other. "This year's gonna be epic," he promised, striding ahead on the trail with a grin. His backpack rattled with cooking gear. "New spot I found on the map. Private, quiet. You'll love it." Rachel groaned from behind, swatting at mosquitoes. "Your idea of love and mine are very different." She was tall, sharp-eyed, always sarcastic, but the sweat dripping from her forehead betrayed her discomfort. Jason, trailing beside her, tried to lighten the mood. "Don't worry, Rachel. If a bear shows up, I'll protect you." He flexed his arm, mock heroic. Rachel smirked. "You'll be the appetizer." The group laughed, but Maya said nothing. She was quieter than the others, her camera hanging around her neck, eyes scanning the trees as though searching for something. She often saw details others missed. The way the leaves shimmered, the way the air shifted with each breeze. By late afternoon, they reached the clearing. It was beautiful. Flat earth surrounded by towering pines, with a break in the canopy that framed the sky like a window. Beyond the trees, a stream trickled faintly. Mark spread his arms wide. "Told you." Perfect Jason dropped his pack with a sigh. "All right, I admit it. Good call." They pitched their tents, gathered firewood, and set up camp. The forest hummed around them, birds calling, insects buzzing, the steady rhythm of the stream. For now, it felt peaceful. But Maya kept glancing at the tree line. Something about the stillness beyond the clearing unsettled her. Night fell quickly. The fire Mark built roared bright, sparks spiraling upward into the dark. The four friends huddled around, roasting marshmallows, their laughter echoing through the trees. For a while, it was perfect. Then Mark leaned forward, his face shadowed by the flames. "Want to hear a real story about this place?" he asked. Rachel groaned. "Please, we're not 12? "No, listen." Mark's grin faded. "My grandfather used to tell me about this forest. He said loggers worked out here a century ago. A fire swept through the camp one night. Fast, hot, no escape. They say the men burned alive, trapped in their cabins." Jason frowned. "Morbid bedtime story." Mark's voice dropped lower. "Their spirits never left. He said sometimes, if you camp here, they show up." Rachel smirked. "And how do they announce themselves?" "Tap dancing?" Mark's eyes gleamed in the firelight. "No, the fire tells you. When they're close, it doesn't burn orange anymore. It burns blue." The group fell silent. The fire popped loudly, sending sparks into the night. Rachel laughed, but it was nervous. "Well, I'll be sure to keep my marshmallow handy for when your grandpa's ghost." "Friends stop by." Jason rolled his eyes. "Classic scare tactic. Bet you're gonna sneak off and mess with the fire later." But Maya wasn't smiling. She lifted her camera, the lens glinting in the firelight. "What if it's true?" she whispered. Mark leaned back, satisfied. "Guess we'll find out." The forest around them seemed to lean in, listening. The night deepened. The fire crackled warmly, throwing orange light onto their faces. Jason stretched back on his elbows, staring at the stars through the patch of sky. "All right, Mark," he said, smirking. "Where's our big ghost show?" Still waiting for the fire to go. Neon Mark chuckled, but kept poking the flames with a stick. Patience. Rachel was halfway through a story about her boss when it happened. The fire sputtered. The flames shrank, then flared again. But not orange this time. Blue. It was faint at first, a flicker, a shimmer like gas on a stove. Then, for a full heartbeat, the fire glowed pale blue, casting their faces in ghostly light. Rachel stopped mid-sentence. Jason sat up staring. Maya raised her camera. Click. And then the fire snapped back to orange. For a long moment, no one spoke. Jason forced a laugh. Okay, that was weird wind, Rachel said quickly. Some kind of chemical in the wood. But her voice shook. Mark leaned forward, eyes wide. You saw it, didn't you? Maya nodded slowly. I got a picture. Her voice was barely above a whisper. They tried to shake it off. Jason cracked jokes. Rachel changed the subject. But the unease stuck like a shadow. When the fire flickered again, this time longer, deeper blue, no one laughed. And then came the whisper. So soft at first, it could have been the wind sliding through the pines. A low murmur circling the fire. Rachel's head jerked up. Did you hear that? Jason froze. What did it say? No one answered, but the whisper returned stronger now. Help us. The words drifted, broken, layered as if dozens of voices spoke at once. Maya clutched her camera to her chest. It's them, she whispered. The fire hissed, turning blue again. Steady this time. Let us out. It burns. Rachel scrambled back from the circle, eyes wide. Nope, I'm not doing this. Jason grabbed a stick from the fire, brandishing it like a torch. The flames on the branch burned blue too. The forest around them grew silent. No crickets, no owls, no stream. Only the whispers. Then Maya's camera flash burst in the dark. Click, the clearing lit white for a split second, and they saw them. Figures in the tree line, dozens of them, pale, gaunt, their bodies charred and blackened, eyes hollow. When the flash faded, the clearing was empty, but the fire burned blue, and the whispers grew louder. Jason, shaking, waved his torch wildly. Stay back. The spirits didn't move, but one whisper grew louder than the rest, close to his ear. Jason! He froze. His mother's voice. She died 2 years ago. Jason, help me. Tears welled in his eyes. Mom? He stepped forward, out of the firelight. Jason! Rachel grabbed his arm, yanking him back. That's not her. The whisper turned into a shriek. Cold fingers brushed Jason's shoulder, searing like ice. He screamed. The fire flared higher, holding the spirits at the tree line, but only barely. Mark's voice shook. The fire. It's the only thing keeping them out. We have to keep it burning. They threw in every piece of wood they had. Flames roared, but the color stayed blue. The spirits pressed closer, circling, their whispers rising into a chorus of pain. Maya snapped photo after photo, each flash revealing the truth. The figures weren't staying still. They were edging closer, step by step, faces twisted in agony. Jason cursed. We can't stay here all night. Rachel's eyes darted to the dark forest beyond. So what? We just run? Mark shook his head. If we leave the circle, they'll take us. But the fire was already shrinking. The flames sputtered, blue light dimmed. One spirit stepped forward, crossing the circle. Its body rippled, fire clinging to its skin. Jason swung his torch. The spirit caught it, pressed its hand to Jason's chest. Jason screamed. His body convulsed, his skin blistering black. And then he was gone. Smoke drifted where he had stood. Rachel shrieked. Maya dropped her camera. Mark fell to his knees, staring at the empty space. The fire hissed lower. Run! Rachel screamed. They bolted into the woods. Branches clawed their arms, roots caught their feet. Behind them, whispers followed like wind. They ran blindly, hearts hammering, until they burst into another clearing. The same clearing, their tents, the fire pit, the blue ash still glowing. Rachel collapsed, sobbing. "We can't leave. We're trapped." Maya retrieved her camera, hands shaking. "It's like they're pulling us back." Mark stared at the fire pit. "We have to relight it. It's the only way." But when he struck the match, the flames rose blue instantly, and the spirit stepped closer. The whispers rose into screams. "Help us. Join us. Burn with us." Mark dropped to his knees. "What do you want?" One spirit stepped forward, its eyes hollow, mouth torn wide. "Stay." Maya snapped another photo. The spirit's face lingered on her screen, burned into pixels, even when she turned the camera off. Rachel grabbed Mark's arm. "We can't fight them. We have to..." The spirit lunged. Rachel vanished in smoke. Only Mark and Maya remained. Mark's face was pale, streaked with tears. "We're not making it out." Maya clutched her camera. "Maybe someone will find this. They'll know what happened." The fire roared suddenly, flames stretching high, then collapsing inward, leaving nothing but blue ash. The spirits surged forward. Mark screamed as they dragged him into the dark. Maya snapped one last photo. Her own face reflected in the lens, the spirits reaching, and then she was gone. A week later, rangers found the campsite. Tents collapsed, bags scattered, the fire pit was cold, its ashes faintly blue. Near the pit lay a camera. When they developed the film, every frame showed the same thing. 4 friends around a fire, their faces pale with terror, the flames burning an unnatural blue. And behind them, dozens of figures pressed closer, eyes hollow, reaching.